On Monday, Republican State Representative Webster Barnaby, Ardell-Tona, made a controversial statement at a hearing for a bill that would criminalize the use of bathrooms that do not align with the sex assigned at birth. The comments from Barnaby were directed at transgender people whom he referred to as demons and mutants. Following his remarks, Barnaby faced backlash from both Democrats and Republicans, with some attempting to distance themselves from his comments. The bill, named the Safety in Private Spaces Act, would make it a misdemeanor offense for someone to use a bathroom that does not align with the sex they were assigned at birth. The legislation would apply to places such as schools, restaurants, and other public accommodations, including entertainment spaces and gasoline stations. During the hearing, several LGBTQ advocates and transgender people spoke out against the bill, with some offering personal testimony. Barnaby's comments were prompted by their testimony, which he characterized as evil, dysphoria, dysfunction. He went on to say, "We have people that live among us today on planet Earth that are happy to display themselves as if they were mutants from another planet. This is the planet Earth, where God created men male and women female." Barnaby, a 63-year-old Christian, was born in Birmingham, England, and moved to Florida in 1991. He was elected to the House in 2020. Following Barnaby's remarks, State Representative Kristen Arrington, D. Kissimmee, expressed shock and turned to the opponents of the bill, saying, "I just really want to let you all know that there are many here who understand and support you." Meanwhile, some Republicans attempted to distance themselves from Barnaby's comments and thanked the audience for speaking. "You're not an evil being," said State Representative Chase Tremont, Port Orange, addressing speakers at the hearing. "I believe that you're fearfully and wonderfully made, and I want you to live your life well." Despite the backlash, Republicans on the panel voted to advance the bathroom bill, putting Florida on the cusp of joining other conservative-leaning states like Iowa, Arkansas, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Tennessee in passing bills addressing bathroom use. Under Florida's proposed legislation, any person 18 years or older could be charged with a second-degree misdemeanor if they enter a restroom or changing facility designated for a person that isn't the sex they were assigned at birth and refuse to immediately depart when asked by someone else. The bill also requires local school districts to craft code of conduct rules to discipline students who do the same. Critics of the bill argue that it will be a tool of harassment and will create a hostile environment for transgender individuals. They also argue that the bill is unnecessary, as there have been no documented cases of sexual assault or other criminal activity occurring as a result of transgender individuals using bathrooms that do not align with their assigned sex. Supporters of the bill, on the other hand, argue that it is necessary to protect children and ensure that bathrooms and changing facilities are safe for all individuals. They argue that allowing individuals to use bathrooms that do not align with their assigned sex could lead to sexual assault or other criminal activity. The debate over bathroom bills has become a hot topic in conservative-leaning states in recent years. Similar bills have been introduced in states like Texas, where lawmakers recently debated a bill that would have made it a felony offense for transgender individuals to use a bathroom that does not align with their assigned sex. The bill ultimately failed to pass. Regardless of the outcome of the debate in Florida, it is clear that the issue of bathroom bills is unlikely to go away anytime soon. The proposed Safety in Private Spaces Act has drawn criticism from civil rights groups who argue that it discriminates against transgender and gender nonconforming individuals. According to the legislation, Individuals who violate the bill by using a bathroom that doesn't align with their sex assigned at birth would be charged with a misdemeanor. During Monday's hearing, LGBTQ advocates and transgender people spoke out against the bill, citing the potential harm it could cause to the transgender community. They argued that the bill would further stigmatize and discriminate against transgender individuals, making them more vulnerable to violence and harassment. In response to the public comments, Barnaby launched into a tirade against transgender people, calling them demons and mutants. He accused them of displaying themselves as if they were from another planet and suggested that their existence was an affront to God's plan. His comments drew sharp rebuke from both Democratic and Republican lawmakers on the panel. Representative Kristen Arrington, a Democrat, expressed her support for opponents of the bill and called for understanding and compassion towards transgender individuals. Other Republicans on the panel attempted to distance themselves from Barnaby's remarks, stressing their belief that transgender individuals are not evil beings. Representative Chase Tremont, a Republican, affirmed his belief that all individuals are fearfully and wonderfully made and should be allowed to live their lives to the fullest. Despite the controversy surrounding the bill, House Republicans advanced it to the House floor for a vote. If passed, Florida would join several other conservative-leaning states in passing bathroom bills that restrict bathroom access based on sex assigned at birth. Critics of the bill argue that it is not only discriminatory, but it also undermines the safety and privacy of transgender individuals. They argue that transgender individuals are already at heightened risk of violence and harassment, and laws that restrict their access to safe and private spaces only exacerbate this vulnerability. Supporters of the bill, however, argue that it is necessary to protect children and prevent sexual predators from entering spaces designated for a different gender. They claim that the bill is not discriminatory, but rather a common-sense measure to ensure safety in private spaces. The debate over bathroom bills has become increasingly heated in recent years, with several states passing similar legislation. However, many of these bills have faced legal challenges, with courts striking down several on the grounds that they violate the rights of transgender individuals. As Florida considers the Safety in Private Spaces Act, advocates and opponents of the bill are gearing up for a heated battle over the rights and dignity of transgender individuals. The outcome of this debate could have significant implications for the transgender community in Florida and across the country.